You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
Going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And we gotta talk about Big Sean here, because Big Sean's reasoning for why he won't marry Jhene Aiko is a big problem for black men in general, the black community in general. It's not just a Big Sean problem, right? And we can talk about women all day. We can crack jokes on them. We can talk about how they're delusional. We can have our fun, and we're gonna have our fun. But at the end of the day, I stand for what's real, and I stand for what's right. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Whether you're black, brown, purple, Puerto Rican, Asian, it doesn't matter. Everyone gets to smoke on this channel. And black men, it's time for me to talk to you guys. Because the problem with Big Sean is the problem a lot of you black men have, and we need to do something about the problem. And the first step to doing something about the problem is discussing it. So what is that problem, Alex? Well, the problem is quite simply this. Big Sean's been going viral lately for facing backlash about the fact that Jhene Aiko wants to be married. She desires being married. She's been with Big Sean for some years. They have a son together, and he still has not married her. So when Big Sean was asked about this, he said, and I quote, that has now gone viral now, well, before we think about getting married, a lot of work needs to be done. Guys, listen. That's a problematic answer for several reasons. Let's start with the obvious, all right? If a lot of work needs to be done before you marry this woman, what the hell did you put a baby in her for? Let it breathe, run it back. If a lot of work needs to be done before you as a man would feel comfortable marrying this woman, what did you put a baby in her for? I will never understand when it... I'm not saying black men are the only men who do this, right? Because Hispanic women have a 50% single mother rate, right? The white community, white women have a 30% single mother rate. But astronomically higher is obviously black women, right? I know black men, listen. I know you guys. I love y'all, but I know y'all at the same time. Y'all gonna start quoting every damn Red Pill male fear statistic you can pull out of your ass to try to justify this nonsense behavior by Big Sean. Because I know the very next thing y'all gonna say is, well, 75% of black women are single mothers, but that's because they're sleeping with the same men, because 50% of black men don't even have children. Whatever. It doesn't change the fact that about 50 to 45% of them do. And most of them still ain't marrying their baby mother. Alright? This is a problem. We got to acknowledge the problem. And the problem falls into the mindset. What do you mean that the problem falls into the mindset, Alex? Simple. If you don't want to commit to spending the rest of your life with a woman, I don't have a problem with that, all right? Let's not act like Jhene Aiko doesn't have a bunch of red flags, first of all. Let's just start there. She was a baby mama, all right, by Orion. She got married. Cheating on her husband with Big Sean. Now, it's going to be alleged that she did that, but if you look at the timeline, it pretty much adds up. She's popping up at basketball games, all types of stuff with Big Sean when she was supposed to be married. Filed from divorce from the man who actually married her due to irreconcilable differences. And if you follow this channel, you know that I hate irreconcilable differences. I think that is the stupidest thing in the world to get divorced for. That's not a reason. All right? Infidelity is a reason. All right? Financial irresponsibility is a reason, all right? Abuse, mentally, physically, a reason, all right? But to just say we have irreconcilable differences is just stupid. You should not be able to divorce anyone for that. But I digress. She did. So if you're Big Sean and you're looking at the fact that this woman had a baby by one man who didn't marry her, then she had my baby and I wasn't married to her, and the one man who she did get married to, she didn't give any children to, and she basically cheated on him with me. I took him from her, even though I won't marry her. You understand what I'm saying? And she filed for divorce from the man who gave her what she wanted. So it's not that I cannot understand Big Sean's red flags or why he might see a problem here. Here's my issue. You knew all this, and you still knocked her up. I don't understand how this works in black men's heads. What makes y'all think I'm going to have a child with a woman and that's better than being married to her? It's the same damn thing. Alright? You guys seem to think in your head for some reason the woman's going to push out the baby and I'm never going to have to deal with her again. Unless you plan on being a deadbeat dad, which I'm going to hope none of you do, you're going to have to deal with this woman for the rest of your life. Alright? She's going to be dropping your son off to you. She's going to be picking her son up from you. When he graduates kindergarten, she's going to be there. His first football game, basketball game, baseball game, soccer game, she's going to be there. All right? When he graduates elementary school, she's going to be there. When he graduates middle school, she's going to be there. When he goes to high school prom, she's going to be there. When he graduates high school, she's going to be there. When he graduates college, she's going to be there. When y'all move him in for college, she's going to be there. When he gets married, she's going to be there. When he has his first kid, she's going to be there. When he purchases his first home, she's going to be there. You understand what I'm saying? A father's job is never done. Therefore, whichever woman you decide to have a kid with, her job's never done either. And unless she's going to be a complete crap mother and just give you the child, which we all know ain't going to happen 9 out of 10 times, even if she's a crap mother, she's still going to be involved with the child. You're going to have to see this woman every step of the way of your son or daughter's life for the rest of your life. So why would you put yourself in a situation like that with a woman you feel like you don't want that with? You don't want to spend the rest of your life with this woman, but you're going to conceive a child with her. It makes no sense. And black men can pretend this is not a problem. This is very clearly a real problem. I don't get it. You got dudes in the comment section talking about well, that's because he's smart. How is he smart? First of all, I'm tired of all you broke ninjas talking about goddamn alimony and child support, alright? Most of you niggas don't make more money than your baby mother. Y'all make the same. Alright? And if you do make more, I'm talking about it's like $5,000 or $10,000 more. Let's stop acting like most of y'all are way up here and your baby mothers are way down here. That's not the case. Most of y'all ain't way up here for your baby mothers to be way down here. Most of y'all are average. Alright? And the gap between the average black woman's earnings and the average black man's earnings isn't even $20,000. So let's stop. But in this case, oh, well, Big Sean's rich, Alex. So is Jhene Aiko. Keep it real with you. Jhene Aiko at this point in time is more popping than Big Sean is. She's on tour right now. He's not. Her music is still in rotation. At bare minimum, y'all can call him equal. But there's no way you're going to convince me Big Sean is bigger than Jhene Aiko. He's not. So y'all both in the same industry. Y'all both got money. So money's not an excuse. But let's just say money was the excuse. It's not, but let's just roll with that argument. Oh, he's being smart because he doesn't want to be trapped in divorce laws. Okay. Even though he has an elite woman, but let's just pretend he doesn't have an elite woman for the sake of this conversation. If he doesn't marry her and she leaves, he still has to pay child support. So how the hell is he smart? In what world is it smart to be stuck paying thousands of dollars in child support? Tens of thousands if you're Big Sean. With a woman who you don't like, when you could have just hit it a few times and left, or just left it alone completely. In what world is that smart? I don't understand how that's smart. At the end of the day, you're giving money to a household you ain't in. In no way, shape, or form is that smart, because it ain't benefiting you. That's just the reality situation. What would have been smart would have been to not take that woman from her husband in the first place. Or what would have been smart would have been to realize if she left him for me, right? Something must clearly be off in this woman, because I ain't offering marriage. So I'm going to do what I need to do and go away, or I'm going to just leave her alone. What's not smart is I'm going to put a baby in her, knowing this woman wants to be married, and I'm going to just drag her around and not marry her. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned, all right? That's not a situation that you want to be in. And the reason I'm saying this is because this is a problem a lot of black men, guys. I cannot tell y'all the amount of black men who come up to me and they say, well, I don't want to get married for this, and this. Let me leave y'all with this story. Let me do a quick story time. The best gems come for those who stay till the end. The reason I said let's not just pretend this is a Big Sean problem, besides the fact that it's not, is because I've even dealt with this in real life. Like, I had 3 best friends growing up, right? And all 3 of us, way back when I was in high school, we all said, we're not going to contribute to the single mother nonsense. So if we ever get with a woman, and we get this woman pregnant, we're going to marry her, and we're going to try to do the right thing. All right? Now, the goal is to not get anyone pregnant, ideally before you're married, or, before you feel comfortable getting married. But if it happens, we're going to marry the woman, we're going to try to do the right thing. So one of my friends got a woman pregnant, right? He asked me what I thought he should do. I told him, I was like, well, do you want to marry her? He's like, no, I don't want to marry her. So I told him, I'm like, well, if you don't want to marry her, then I say that you push for deletion. As it turns out, he was convinced not to push for the deletion, partially by her, and he had this baby with her, and they're no longer together. Now, she's not a baby mama terrorist, and he's a great father. But my problem is, he has to pick his son up from this woman every single week. He has his son 4 days a week. She has him 3. Every single week you're seeing her. Every single week you're interacting with her. His son just started playing sports. His mother's going to be at the games. Do you guys understand what I'm saying to you? If she needs something, he still has to give her money. Because that's still his child's mom. You understand what I'm saying? So she's not right, and he's there 3 to 4 days a week. Your son's not right. So at that point, now you still got to pay for this woman. You still have to see her all the time. You have to interact with her and her family all the time. Why not just try marriage? What I don't understand about black men, which is the reason I made this video, is I do not understand why you guys are more afraid of marriage than you are of having a child. A child is a lifelong commitment. This is a whole human being you're bringing into the world. It's like y'all don't take that serious. It's like y'all don't care. You're going to bring a whole human being into a world with someone you don't want anything to do with long term. What sense does that make? Now, if you try it and it just doesn't work out, hey, you tried it. Shit happens. But to say I'm not going to marry her, oh, hell no, no. To act like the idea of marrying a woman you put a baby in is just crazy talk, then what did you put a baby into her for? Where is the disconnect? What am I missing? Why is it that every time I say this, and not all of you, but a lot of y'all black dudes, y'all act like I'm speaking a foreign language, or I'm being a simp, or I'm being crazy. What is so hard with, if you do not want to marry her, you don't want to be bothered with her for the rest of your life, don't put something in her that's going to make you be attached to this woman for the rest of your life. So you don't want to marry her, don't give her a baby. That seems like common sense to me. We're men, we're supposed to be logical. Why is this not common sense for us? Oh, we got a lot to work on. So then she shouldn't have your son. And at the end of the day, let's just say Noah wasn't really planned. Let's say Noah was an accident. Well, then man up, step up. Whatever y'all need to work on it. Try to make the damn thing work. At least give it a shot. But this whole idea of I'm going to pop a baby here, I'm going to pop a baby there, I'm going to pop a baby everywhere. I'm going to be a good dad. I'm going to spend time with my kids. I'm going to spend money on my kids. But at the end of the day, none of my kids are under my roof. They're all in different households. And I get them all at different times. You're not going to convince me, right? You're dad of the year. You got 3 different kids in 3 different households, bro. I don't care if you're paying for all of them. I don't care if you see all of them multiple times a month. What's happening when you're not there? You don't even know. She could be bringing another dude up in your crib and that dude touching on your daughter. You have no idea. She could be bringing another dude in the crib and he beating on your son. You have no idea. Eating your son's fruit snacks. Playing your son's game. Playing catch with your daughter. Catching your daughter in the air. You want another man catching your daughter in the air? Snapping your son footballs. Like, you get what I'm saying? There's so much going on. You don't even know what's going on. But you're going to come and try and convince me, hey, man, I got this under control, Alex. It's all good because, you know, I'm paying money. And I get them a weekend. You know, because you got 3 kids in 3 different households. You're going to have a hard time convincing me you're getting all 3 of them at once. In most cases, you're rotating each different weekend. But irregardless of however you're doing it, you're not there as a stable fixture every day in your household to be a main influence in the lives of your children. You're not. You're passing them off to a woman who you're saying has a lot to work on. So why would you want to leave your kids with a woman who has a lot to work on for 4 to 3 days a week? It's just no logic to it, man. So all Big Sean did was show on a grand scale the microcosm problem in the black community, which is that black men don't want to commit. They don't. They have a fear of commitment, which again, in my opinion, I'm not going to say it's okay, right? Because I told you guys to build generational wealth, the 3 pillars of it is life insurance, real estate, and marriage. All elite men are married. All high value men are married. I already made that video. I might make another makeup video to that video after this one. Right? So I'm not going to say it's not a problem, but I would have less of a problem with it if y'all same dudes who were scared of the commitment of marriage was also scared of the commitment of a child. But for some reason, it's not that way. And I can't put my fingers on why it's not like that. So Big Sean, she's got issues, but I can get her pregnant. But I won't marry her. That's a problem. Black men, we got to have a discussion about this at some point. We got to be honest. Oh, it's only 50% of us, Alex. That's still too many. There should be no man putting the seed in a woman he does not want to spend the rest of his life with. Period. And if he does, if it was an accident, then the noble thing to do is to try to make it work. At least put your best foot forward. Dudes want to be out here just be like, oh, I'm going to just pay the child support, whatever. Next thing you know, your future. You got 8 different baby mamas, you paying child support to all of them. You're going to be rapping with a cane in the wheelchair talking about something. Mess this club up. Mess this club up. You ain't never going to be able to retire. But that's my thoughts on that, y'all. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.